Welcome into another edition of Growing Bolder at the National Senior Games, presented by Uber. I'm Mark Middleton here in Des Moines, where the National Senior Games presented by Humana roll on. There are thousands of teams here in Des Moines, teams that practice together, compete together, and socialize together, and that alone is really more valuable than any gold medal, because researchers have proven that successful aging is in fact a team sport. We all need the support and encouragement of one another, and the National Senior Games movement is nothing if not a community of support and encouragement. So let's get into the highlights. The sport with the most competitors at the National Senior Games is, of course, pickleball. It's the fastest growing sport in the world because it can be played by anyone of any age in any condition. Pure beginners can enjoy it the first time they play, but it remains challenging no matter how good you might become. But there is one pickleball story here in Des Moines that you need to see to believe. Edwin Smith is a 71-year-old retired fire chief from Baton Rouge who suffered a major congestive heart failure back in 2018, which led to open heart surgery and an LVAD, or left ventricular assist device, that was implanted into his chest. That runs on 7 pounds of batteries and a mini computer that he wears 24/7, 365, even when competing in pickleball.
Well, you can see, for pickleball, I wear them on my legs. There's 2 batteries here that I have to maintain, and then this is the computer that actually runs my heart. I do not have a pulse. I just have a thing, and then I have this is the cable. I got an open hole right here in my belly, and the cable goes into there from the computer to the pump that's attached to my heart, and my heart catches the blood, and then the pump pumps it out, and I'm running off of 5,500 RPMs. The LVAD is called a bridge to transplant. So I received the LVAD to keep me sustained till I get my heart transplant. And I've been on my LVAD for 6 years now. Well, it's 7 years in November.
And the hope now is for a heart transplant at some point?
Well, he's 71 now. You know, a lot of places take you off the list when you're 70, but because he's doing so well, they've kept him on the list. So we don't know what the future's going to bring. We just get up and embrace each day and just are thankful that he's still here.
You heard Edwin right. He has no pulse because the LVAD delivers continuous blood flow. How did he do in the National Senior Games? How about a silver medal in the men's doubles 70 to 74-year-old age group, all while playing with 7-pound weights and a heart that doesn't beat? Okay, on to the pool now. Kathy Mansfield's mother was terrified of the water and never learned to swim, but she made sure that Kathy did. But as an adult, Kathy's time in the pool was spent in water aerobics, not competition, as part of her recovery from aggressive breast cancer. But then she watched the 2024 Olympic Games.
I'm watching it on TV, watching Katie Ledecky, just watching all the things. And I thought, I wonder how old you can be and still compete in the Olympics, which started me on this internet dive into senior adults and Olympic Games, and that took me to the National Senior Games that I had never heard of. And there was going to be a swim meet in my state, Louisiana, the Louisiana State Senior Games event, in 6 weeks. I'm like, 6 weeks? I haven't prepared for this. I'm doing water aerobics. But I was stronger with water aerobics. I could then put my swimsuit on and off. And I asked my water aerobics girlfriends, do you think it would be crazy if I just signed up for this thing? It's just 6 weeks away. I haven't practiced. And they were like, you need to do this. You need to do this. And I said, I could do breaststroke since I've had breast cancer. My mother had breast cancer. That could be my stroke. And so then I asked my husband, am I crazy to think about this? He said, you can do it. I know you can do it. And I found a YMCA in the neighboring town that I could go to. And I started swimming for those 6 weeks to prepare, entered the Louisiana Senior Games, and came away with gold medals. And I was like, what? And I thought, well, that's my adventure. And then I get a notice that you have qualified for the National Senior Games in Des Moines, Iowa. I was like, what the heck? And I thought, no, I can't do that. And my husband said, there is no way we are going to miss this. He said, you are going to do this. You qualified for it. We're going to go do it. We're going to go to the flame arrival ceremony. We're going to go watch events. We're going to go to the closing ceremony. We're going to get every T-shirt imaginable. We're going to do this thing. I was very nervous yesterday. I was nervous today. But I have had the best time. I knew coming in the games, I'm not going to walk away with a gold medal. But I knew I could finish the race. I knew I could have fun, and I feel so proud of myself that I persevered. So the moral is be resilient and face those difficult times knowing that there's hope and brighter times are ahead.
Uber's On Our Way athlete of the day is Brenda Jones, whose nickname is BJ. She's a 64-year-old softball player and the starting pitcher for the Next Level Gems. Off the field, Brenda is an author who proudly published her first book at the age of 58. She shared the life lessons that both competing and writing have taught her.
The moral of the story of the senior games is most of the time when we get to our age, people think that we're all washed up. Like when I told one of my friends that I was going to play softball, he was like, oh, do y'all have wheelchairs on the field? And I said, absolutely not. You got to come out and watch us play. I'm excited to see that there are age groups that I can still go to. Like, I'm not washed up at 64. I see ladies who are 80, and I can't wait to compete at the age of 80. When I'm not playing softball, I love to write. I love to write poetry and those type of things. So I'm a creative and a competitor. My author name is W.C. Child, and I published my first book at the age of 58. Dreams don't die. We just push them to the side. So if you have a dream to do something, as long as you have a breath, you still have time.
That's our Uber On Our Way athlete of the day. A reminder that no matter where you're going around town, or if you need delivery of groceries, prescriptions, or more, Uber can help you on your way. Over to women's volleyball now, which has always been popular, but never more so than today, as women over the age of 50 continue to play a game that many were exposed to back in high school. We caught up with Shades of Gray, silver medalists in the 55 to 59-year-old age group. Talk a little bit about age, if you will, because you guys are the beneficiaries of Title IX and many other things. I mean, women your age 20 years ago didn't have this opportunity.
No, exactly. So volleyball has grown so much. It's been actually incredible to be a part of it. And we are just honored that we can still be out there playing at what we think a competitive level.
Man, talk about the friendship here, hanging out with the girls. I mean, it looks like you guys really enjoy it.
That's really why we do it, to hang out with the girls. We always have an Airbnb, we hang out, we act stupid, we laugh, we cut up. The National Senior Games gives, every senior the outlet to go, you know what, you don't have to sit on the couch if you don't want to. There are still ways for you to go out and do things that you did when you're younger and still be competitive.
You can still learn things. At 59, I learned how to play volleyball at a competitive level. That's amazing. And age is just a number.
Oh, nice serve there. That's an ace for Joanne Ribbon.
As interesting and inspiring as Shades of Gray might be, we looked a little closer and discovered what may be an even more interesting story. Diane Rainey's 3 grandkids, Caleb, Cullen, and Chloe, live stream all of their games, providing play-by-play, expert color commentary, updated stats, and insightful analysis to Shades fans everywhere. Both Growing Boulder and the National Senior Games will share stories on this one-of-a-kind broadcast team in the weeks ahead. What a community the National Senior Games has built, and community is in fact immunity. Immunity from depression, anxiety, and many of the chronic illnesses that plague us as we age. A reminder, be sure to subscribe to Growing Boulder and the National Senior Games YouTube channels and follow us on Facebook so you can stay up to date with all of our daily highlights. For now, I'm Mark Middleton in Des Moines. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Growing Boulder at the National Senior Games presented by Uber.